Now, let's see how long it takes YouTube to get my notifications out. I have a few thoughts and I have a few minutes. Like, I have a few thoughts and I literally have a few minutes. So, yeah, I definitely want an opportunity to talk to some folks and pick some brains and share some ideas and be really cool about it. And oh, somebody's here and hit the like button. Hey. Um and I want to talk to some of the moms. I want some of our moms to be able to be here. I want to know what everybody thinks. It's some interesting things going on. I have questions about a lot of stuff, and I wish I had more time, but I gotta watch Housewives tonight. The Real Housewives of Atlanta are having their reunion. It starts tonight, so I'm excited about that. But that's for my other channel. This channel, I want to talk about what's going on with the ICE raids and this weird kind of phenomenon we're seeing with judges trying to block presidential power. I'm very concerned and I'm interested in what's happening. What else? Ooh, I want to know what y'all think about the Epstein Files and why that stuff is not coming out, because I have thoughts. Hey Mo, I have thoughts about that and I want to know what y'all think about it. What else did I see that was very provocative? Let me get my hey niece. I want to get my laptop going real quick so I can keep my thoughts organized. What's wrong with me? Well, I know I'm getting old, but don't tell nobody. I think it's something funny. I smell a rat. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Hey, DS. Yeah, honey. I think there is something going on. Hold on. Y'all, I was watching a movie on my laptop. I do that a lot. And I got distracted. Hello, hello, hello. So let's talk about this whole ICE raid situation. So I saw with these eyes. Most say, baby, it's some tea on them files they don't want the social streets talking about. I think so, but I don't think it's what everybody is thinking. I think like the most obvious answer is the laziest answer. Hey, wife and mom of two. I think that's the lazy answer. What I personally think about them Epstein files, I think that they don't want to admit to the level of political involvement on them Epstein files. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Hey, Fidi from Argentina. Hi there. What I think is that there is such a high level of political involvement with those Epstein files that they will not release them. That's what I think. And what I think is that, and I don't really get into the Trump of it all usually, but I'm gonna say this. I think that Trump is real sketchy about dropping them, because if he drops them, there's a lot of Republican and Democrat politicians that are going to go down. And I also think that not only are they going to go down, I think it'll be one of those situations where it could tank our system the way as we know it. That's what I think. And I'm looking at the comments because I want to see what y'all think too. So we got to look at everything that's happening. A lot of us have been saying, I don't know who you are, but if you keep spamming my chat, you're going to get blocked. I'm not sure if you know where you are. You're in my house, and we don't do that. Hey, Siobhan. Yep, so let's get you gone. I don't have patience for foolishness. Now, hey, Roy Rojas. So what I'm thinking is this, and this is just me being objective, realistic. I think Had Pam Bondi only found dirt on Democrat politicians, we would have got that list. If she had only found dirt on Democrat politicians, we would have got that list. I think what they found on those files, on those Epstein files, was that there was dirt on both sides of the aisle. Some of them that may be friends, some of them that may be foes, but I think they know that once they saw the level of political involvement with Epstein, they had to just pretend like, oh, it just doesn't exist. There's no list. There was no list. There's no, the tape we saw on tape. Nobody went in his cell. Nobody did nothing to him. No, y'all saw it. Y'all know exactly what happened to him. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say the same thing would have happened to Puff if they could have gotten the proof. I said from the beginning when it came to, well, y'all say Diddy. I can't get used to calling him that. You are Sean Combs' Puff, okay? You're Puff. Like a puff of smoke. And I've never liked him, so that ain't changed. I feel like Puffy picked up where Epstein left off. And what I mean by that is not that he had the CIA ties, or he could, we don't know. Hey, Shaving Ryan, from New Zealand, whatever. I think that he was there, I don't want to say pimp or, I feel like he was the one who was arranging the young people, the children, for those high level people. Because with Epstein, hey God 365 nonstop. With Epstein, the royals were involved. One of the royal family ended up having to pay a whole settlement because he had been messing with with some of those children. Edward Lee's, how do I not know about my own opinion? I'm just giving my opinion. How can I be wrong about my opinion? Now you're here to tell me I don't know what I'm thinking? Edward, dear, go to hell. I'm in one of those moods today. So I feel like Puff was doing the same thing. I do feel like he was the government's boy. And I think that they raided his house looking for certain stuff so he could, thank you, God, 365 nonstop. I think that, no, Steve-O, I'm menopausal. And you should go to hell too. Okay? Hey, Amar Coombs. But I don't think they got the information that they were looking to get by raiding the house. Now, yeah, we're going to go ahead and block you because you think you can curse in my chat. You're a loser. Hey, Greg Otero. And I think they didn't get the information. And thank you, Greg. You're sweet. I think they didn't get the information they were looking for when they raided his home. And I think for that reason, they couldn't do the same thing with him that they did with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, those who kind of followed the whole Epstein thing, hi, Geo Bear, we know that Epstein was the CIA's boy. Hey, Renee Urzua. So, thank you. I think that Puff was the same thing. And I think that it was a whole lot of political corruption. And I think that they're trying to hide. Hi, Enoch. I think that they're trying to hide the level of political corruption that is involved with those Epstein files. But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the ICE raids and the leftist judges that are trying to block Trump and ICE. I think it's weird. I want to talk about it. I want to know what y'all think. I don't have that much time because I do have to go watch Housewives, as some of you know. But again, this is where we talk about stuff because I want to know what y'all think. And I'm going to tell y'all what I think. We're just talking about our opinions on things. And if we can share information, great. But opinions are what I'm interested in. I want to know what everybody thinks. Siobhan said people won't be able to sleep if those files come out. Oh, I will sleep good. Because I feel like our government has been corrupt and so messed up for so long. Yeah, it's a thing. G and High Flip Flop. I hope I'm saying it right. Gandhi's Flip Flops. Oh, you're so crazy. I like your name. People, wait, hold on. As a woman, you must see he's an abuser of your asters. Who is he? And who are asters? Please tell me again. Thank you, Sajad. We were talking about the Epstein Files, but now we've moved on to the ICE raids and the judges and why they're behaving the way they are. Scott says Trump is the worst thing ever to happen to this country. How someone could vote for this POS. Okay, but we're talking about the ICE raids. Oh, okay. Gandhi's flip flop says sisters, and you mean Trump. I haven't seen him abuse anybody, but I mean, I don't put it past him. He's a man, right? Siobhan says, I will too. LOL, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm numb. Right. Like, I will believe almost anything you tell me about this government as long as you got proof. Like, you can't just tell me something, like you got to have some kind of proof, right? Is that Bro Dakota? Okay. I think Trump won't release the files because there are top Democrats on the list. I believe that too. Hey, Bill DeSmet. Thank you. I'm actually independent. I usually end up voting Republican more than anything else just because they kind of align with my value system. Right, Enoch. I do think they're all in it together. But I want to know about these judges. The judges that are like breaking their neck to try to use the judicial system, the judicial branch, to block deportations, I think it's strange. Something funny and fishy is going on. Hey, Mo. So I'm going to tell you, I have a few thoughts about the raids, right? A few. One, I don't have an emotional opinion about the ICE raids. I'm not emotional over it. I am an American citizen first. Okay? That's one. Two, I feel like when we get to a point where we have judges who are trying to, how do I say it? Play with the wording of the law in an attempt to block the executive branch's authority, I think we're getting into slippery, kind of sticky territory, right? And I think it's a sticky territory because what happens then when it's a president that you do like? And then now you have judges who are more conservative and they say, well, hey, we get to now use the law and kind of twist and turn to block your authority. Once we start doing things like that, I think it can get messy, right? Can it get messy? I think it can. Okay, Enoch says he thinks, like, remember, y'all, this is about opinion. Everybody has the right to an opinion. So Enoch says he thinks that, they may have gotten paid under the table to try to block them. It's possible. Nothing's impossible. Gandhi's flip-flop says those judges are interpreting the law. That's their job. And that's his opinion. Okay. And Gandhi's flip-flop says they are following the law. The president dictating the law to judges is what's perverse here. That's what's new. Not really, though. Not really. And I'm going to tell you why. Why I think that. I could be wrong. You could be right. I don't know. I just feel as though, one, we got to deal with, well, I don't think so, Gandhi's flip-flop. You think it is. I think it's not. You told me what you think, and now I'm going to tell you what I think. Hey, Amar Coombs. No, Amar, I don't believe that people who worked here illegally for 2 years should just get citizenship. No, I don't. I think you should follow the law or you should leave this country. You can't say you want to be a part of a place and then refuse to follow the law and then say, well, shouldn't I just get citizenship for breaking the law? Like, when did we start as America saying we're going to reward you for breaking the law? Like, that sounds crazy. Annoyingly centrist. Why on earth do I need to take an IQ test? Like, I have a right to an opinion, right? Well, here's the thing, Gandhi's flip-flop. In America, judges don't just decide the law. We have a legislative branch and a judicial branch and an executive branch. There's supposed to be checks and balances for each other, but no one branch is supposed to just dictate what happens. That's not how it's supposed to go, right? I don't think so. Right? Hi, WRX 3123. Welcome. Ryan, why do I need to pass the bar? I'm somebody's mom. I'm a grandma. Why do I need, I mean, it would be fun maybe to go back to school, but why on earth do I need to pass the bar? Like, y'all are weird. Enoch says if you go to their country, you have rules to follow. It's called holding them accountable. Right. And it's this weird, like, hey Helena Hazardous. I think it's this weird, like, what's the word I want to say? Entitlement when it comes to America. Like, nobody thinks they, anywhere else you go, you follow the law. But when you come to America, it's this entitledist attitude, like, I don't have to follow any laws here. We can just do whatever we want, right? And as American citizens, we can't just do what we want to do. So how come you can just do what you want to do? We can't go to your country and do it, and we can't even do what we want to do here, and we're citizens. So why? I'm just saying, I think it's weird. I think it's weird. No, Ryan, I'm not a judge. I'm a granny. Hope that helps. Everybody has a right to an opinion. Either give me your opinion or give yourself a way off my life. Like, have, enjoy, engage, or go away. Right? Enoch says people don't like truth. That's why they give you resistance. I noticed, but I'm always saying in here, I noticed that it's only certain people who can't engage in conversation without throwing insults. That's all I'm saying. Right. Hey, Kenneth Kinesvater. I hope I'm saying it right. He says you have rules to follow when you go to another country, so why not here? Right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And it's just weird. Let's get this person out of here. Yeah, and Ryan, you gotta go because you're weird. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you start talking about, number one, if you have any opinion that's pro-America, we get like a lot of really weird, creepy, insultive people. And then they start name calling, but they don't even want to engage in conversation to explain why they think that people who are not American citizens should be able or be entitled to come to America and break the law. I think it's weird. Hey, Kaylee Snyder. Hi. Agree with enforcing the laws. Without law, we have no country. I agree. I agree. Alejandro says the year 1829, every slave that could cross into Mexico was given citizenship, land and farm, and freedom. Alejandro, I need you to tell the whole truth. While you're talking about 1829 and slaves, darling, are you good? Did you forget those people that you made agreements with who were slaves in America who came there? You allowed them in so they could help defend your border for you. So let's not pretend like, oh, Mexico was so great to black people and shouldn't you guys come out here and help us break the law? No, we should not. You entered into agreement where you allowed slaves who were black people in America to cross over into your country, so they would help defend your border. It wasn't out of the goodness of your heart. It's not because you just love black people so much. And it was 1829. Can we talk about what's everything that's happened since then? Are we going to talk about how Mexican immigrants, illegal and otherwise, are attacking black people on the West Coast, how they have firebombed black homes and participate actively in anti-black racism? Are we going to talk about that? Because that's a lot more recent than 1829. And this is what I was saying the last time. Hey, Blake, I'm from Florida. That's what I was saying the last time I was live, which is we see a lot of, hey, Chuck Norris, I like your name, which is what I was saying. Like, we see a lot of, hey, Trev, we see a whole lot of people who are not from here. And they try to talk about, things that went on in the history of this country. And they try to play both ends against the middle to keep Americans fighting with each other, bringing up irrelevant topics so that we'll fight each other so they can benefit from our division. And then they play this game like, oh, it's division. We're dividing against them. We're not dividing against you because we were never with you. We are Americans. Like, that's it. Annoyingly Senator says, I'm pro-America and I want the law enforced to its fullest extent. I do too. Siobhan said we never had a black president. No, we haven't. We have not. That's true. Hey, Nakia. Annoyingly centrist, we're going to get you out of my chat because you are annoying and you're not centrist. You're annoying. The truth of the matter is, America has problems. Like, it is what it is, right? We have problems. We got issues. We're always going to have issues, but I think the bottom line is no matter how many issues we have, we are America. This is our home. We have to learn how to work together, live together, understand the laws, live by the laws, and then support the people who are enforcing the laws. It seems crazy to me. It seems crazy to me. And then we have people like this person who just got blocked. It's like, oh no, she said anti-black racism. Have y'all noticed when we start looking at leftist people, they talk about racism, but it's a dog whistle. They're blowing this dog whistle constantly. Racism, racism, racism. And it's only when it's time to like incite black Americans to fight against the system or to see that some person who is white or Caucasian who's in power, we need to see them as the enemy. That's when we can go racism, racism, racism. But the minute we start talking from a different viewpoint, we're Americans, and we can point out that while there may be, not maybe, absolutely, are some white people who engage in racism, but other groups of people do as well. So it's a matter of stop with the dog whistles thinking that you can get black people to not be patriotic. You cannot force us to hate our country because somebody may have a bad attitude or engage in a system that's damaging or hateful. Like that, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It's emotional. And it's like people are trying to evoke, hey, sweet beloved, emotion, and they want us to operate from a place of emotion without thinking about, what's actually in our best interest and the facts. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. No, Chuck Norris, this is actually my stream. And you're welcome to be here, but you don't get to tell me who to block. And I absolutely was going to block him because at a certain point, it goes from an opinion to being insulting and to thinking you're being funny. And I'm not interested. Hey, Toyota Saturn, I like your name. Hey, Elk Life or EK Life, thank you. But it's like, we're Americans. Like, stop it. Look at Jesse Silva. Hi, Jesse. Mexican power to you, too. I hope it works out. Okay? Because I don't hate nobody. I just think it's perfectly okay. Hi, Philippe F. I think it's perfectly okay to like being an American. I do. Zaki King said, I feel like my IQ has dropped listening. So then go away. Do y'all see it? That's who these people are. They're angry because we're not angry. I don't want to be angry. I think we can sit down and figure out how to work with people. Work with our own people and stop like attacking each other because of differences of opinion. Okay, Gandhi's flip-flop says people being nabbed based on skin color should be a warning from history. I mean, that's great to say. And I feel like if you get picked up or profiled and they check your papers and you're great, then you have nothing to worry about, right? But we do have to get control. Now, I would say Gandhi's flip-flop that then our critique and our issue should be, is there a more streamlined or a more efficient way to do it? But it should never be a question of should we get rid of people or detain and remove people who are breaking the law? Because that, to me, that's a non-starter. Justin Kim, hi. Other countries do deport all illegals. That's true. That is so true. Mm-hmm. Hey, work ethic. Hey, Henry Roy. Listen, all y'all new folks, please hit the like button and subscribe so you can come back. Because I like people who can talk and I want to know how we can make things better. I'm not interested in insulting anybody, but I do want to know how we can make things better and how we can talk. Hero C14 says, yeah, my coworker was upset with me because I wasn't angry. I'm tired of being angry because that makes you blind and easily manipulated. Bingo. And I think we see a lot with like corporate media, legacy media, where they try to like amp up your emotions. They show you the most shocking scenes and the biggest grabby gotcha headlines because they want you to get emotional so that you don't ask questions when things don't really make sense. Right, Franken? They're angry because we're not angry. We're not. We're just not angry. Matthew Whitmore says, but why should we have to carry papers? Well, Matthew, if you have your driver's license, right, and they put it in the system, I think you're going to be okay. I think they're going to know that you're an American and everything's great. I mean, if you are not legal and they run you through the system, you might have a problem. That's all. Henry Roy says anger is a great way to waste energy. I agree. Gandhi's flip flop says yes, it's called due process enshrined in the Constitution. They aren't getting it. Well, they're being detained and they're going before judges, and so I think it's gonna be all right, right? Aren't they having them like see judges down in the alligator Alcatraz? Aren't they? I thought they were seeing judges. I thought they were processing them really quick, getting them in front of the judge, getting them out, because we can't clog up our legal system because you broke the law. I just don't agree with that. Hey, Covington, AO. Hey, Shirt Man. I agree, Justin Kim. We do need more common sense. Wanna Rich Vivo, you said hello. Oh, greetings from Jamaica. Well, hi. Michael Markham. Is she though? I don't know if she is or not. I don't know if she is. But I did see that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about real quick. I got a few more minutes before I have to go. So I saw Diabolic says, let me get that Southern cooked meal. I actually did not cook today because we had a funeral yesterday. So I didn't really have time to cook today. What is this? Bread and no. I didn't say anyone was angry. Are you okay? I said people would like us to be angry, and I don't think it's a reason for it. I don't think there's a reason. Hey, Leon. Says, if you've forgotten, black people had that same problem. Well, we didn't have the problem of illegal immigration because, we're from here. But hi. Matthew says, I think if we back out of media for a day or two, maybe the media will hear us and our madness. That's not a bad idea. Gandhi's flip flop says, no, they aren't seeing judges, no due process. I heard that they were seeing judges. I don't know. Oh, okay. John Breimer says they are, I guess, mostly already have deportation orders. Okay, that works. Hey, George, from French Canada. I'm saying Canada. French Canada, I'm so sorry. Hi, how are you? Right, niece. In my opinion, I don't see all this, oh, we need due process. We need to spend a bunch of American tax dollars. I don't see it. Because we didn't exactly send for you. Hey, Al Kareem. Michael Hewitt, tell us what you feel instead of throwing insults. I want to know what you think, but I don't really want to hear your insults. Yes, wife and mama, too. We do have some weirdos in the chat. We're going to give them a minute. Robert McCann raises a point, y'all, and I don't know if y'all want to hear it, but not Robert, Richard. Richard says they avoid seeing the judges. They waste the process. That's true. That's true. Michael, Jesus loves you too. Chuck Norris says same happening in UK, France, and the whole of Europe, Africa, the only continent that doesn't have an immigration problem right now. Africa is the only country that doesn't have an immigration problem. Touche. Okay, John Breimer says most already saw a judge and were ordered to leave and then released. Yep, I have heard that. Spark04, you are crazy and I love it. Spark says, how many immigrants you want in your home? Let me know and I'll send them over. Let's start with 0 and we're going to work from there. Okay. Bread and Nose says Mexicans be like Viva Mexico, but when we try to send them back, they cry. That's the other thing. Hi, Laura Simon. Lord. Look at this one. Indigenous ways. We have a non-constitutional Karen. You see what they do? They won't share opinions or tell us what they think or how we can make things better. They just come in and, yell a insult and go. Nakia P, girl, I like you too. She says, I guess for me, when he ran, he said he was getting illegal folks out, so it appears he's standing on business. That's what it looks like to me. Enoch says, why can't all races of people support each other? Enoch, you know what I think? I think this is not a race issue. I think this is a citizenship issue, right? Because America's got all kind of races of people who are Americans. And if you're not an American, American isn't a race. It's a nationality. So I don't think that we need to make it a race thing. I don't think so. I just don't think it's smart. I don't think that's smart at all. Hey, Sue Kellogg, I agree. The Constitution is due process for citizens, not illegal immigrants. Totally agree. Lord Cam say he wants 20 immigrants over there. Ooh, Butters actual. Listen, y'all, look at Butters' comment. Butters is right. Mexico is getting pissy about Americans bringing gentrification to Mexico. The irony. Listen, okay, y'all, I got a few minutes. I'm running late for RHOA, but look, we gotta talk about this real quick, right? We gotta talk. So Trauma Talk and say they come over here with the disrespect to us and then try to put their culture on us. They do. But when it comes to them, they're like, no, Americans are gentrifying. They're messing up our culture. We just had a whole thing. We just had a whole thing happen the other weekend with Essence Fest with Black American culture. It was like, we're just going to come in, invade, erase your culture, install our own, and then, oh, by the way, give us your Black American money. And they do it in other places too. A bunch of people from Haiti were dropped off in, was it Springfield, Ohio? And you bring your culture and drop it into American enclaves, and we're going to push Americans out, and we're going to just like instill our culture, and everyone must, just go along with it. But if we dare to go to your country and do the same thing, you will scream bloody murder. That's why I said at this point, I know America has had so many problems because we didn't start off smooth. America is one of those places where it didn't start off smooth. Hey there, Cali girl. And there's no way that we can make we can't make something smooth that didn't start smooth. Like, we got to be honest about some stuff. It's just not possible, right? But I think we've had so much like tension and infighting in this country that we forget this is still one of the best places on earth. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you feel about it. America is still one of the best places on earth. And the proof is that you see people running over here in mass, but you don't see us running anywhere in mass. You don't. You don't. And I think we forget because of all the stuff we've been through, because we didn't start smooth, because we've had so much infighting. Yeah, Jovita Vargas, there is a North American continent, but in North America, there are various countries like Canada, the United States of America, Mexico. Like there's other countries in North America. Just like people love to tell us if you say anything about Africa, oh, there's 50 however many countries. Well, North America is a continent. So no, just because you live in North America doesn't mean you can just break into the US and oh, we should just let you take over our country. Like, look, this is our country. Please stop it. And it is the best place on earth. There is nowhere else in the world you can go and live like an American. It ain't possible. Hey, Bianca the Beautiful. And Roy Coffee, he says, love from Oklahoma. Shout out to you. Okay? And that's just what it is. We have to protect our home. All this stuff where they're trying to force us to fight for these people to break the law, you crazy. You are insane. I am not fighting to help you break the law. I'm not going. If you want to protest, do it on your own. And I feel like there's a lot of things going on to, and I'm gonna land it quick because I really have to go. To try to get us to be emotional toward things that don't have anything to do with us. You broke the law. You broke into our country, which basically shows that you have a blatant disrespect for everything American. You come here waving flags from other countries, and we're supposed to do what again? Your country is so fabulous. Why are you crying when we say go home? You would think that we're sending people to hell. We're just saying go home. Just go home. That's all. Look at this one. Enzoff the Corruptor. Love your name, by the way. Greatest country with the highest crime rate, terrible minimum wage, and LGBT for kids. Here's the thing. Enzoff, if you don't like America, I get it. You don't have to be here. Because Americans, we like our country. That's why we stay here. Because we like it. You see what other people do when they don't like their countries? They flee. They run. And then they run here. Just make sure when you run here, you do it legally so that way we don't have to ask you to leave. That's all. Hey, Henry Roy. Hey, Big D. We do love our neighbors, and we love you enough to hold you accountable and say that you should, obey the law, which is a social contract that we all agree to live here in the best place on earth. Right, Maurice Martin, as simple as that. Trauma Talking says 1 minute is me no black. Then let us accomplish something. We bros and sis. Yep. And I want y'all to pay attention. Some of these people, yes, V former, a disregard for Americans and America. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you something else that I noticed. It's like everyone feels entitled to American culture. They do. They tell us we don't have a culture, but then the entire world is mimicking American culture. Especially Black American culture, but American culture, period. They do. But we don't have a culture. They'll tell us we're the worst place on earth. We have guns. We do this. We do that. But we can't keep you from coming here. And you would think if we were as bad as people tell us we are, they would stay out of our country. But they won't do that. They'll come here and they'll wave flags and, oh, I'm from this country and, oh, my country is better and our people have more community and we're so much smarter. And yet when I look at your homeland, it's not developed. It's underdeveloped. It's under industrialized. Like, rather than fix this beautiful place that you keep telling us about and waving flags for, you came here with the people that you say are uncultured, uncivilized. We're so ignorant. We're so stupid. We can't do anything. But when we look, here you are. And I want to tell y'all something else too, right? Right, Nakia P, we might be a country of dysfunction and mess, but I'll take it because this is my home, okay? This is the thing. This is the thing for me, right? Some of the stuff that goes on to the core, I've been a lot of places, and there's no place I would live other than right here. Right here. See, this is one of them. When you see talking points like that, it's somebody who's not an American. See, the internet has been like a blessing and a curse. And then I'm going to shut up for real, right? Because it gives us access to learn about everything, to see everything, to interact with almost anybody, right? But it gives an opportunity for people who are not a part of us to cosplay as us and cause division. That's what it does. It gives an opportunity for people who are not us to cosplay as us, hey Monique's Beauty, and try to cause division. Some of these people, right, Scott, Palestinian flags, Mexican flags. There you go. But this is the thing, right? Oh, your granddaddy's nurse. Girl, yes, they bring their tribal ways here, and I'm over it. We're not tribal people. We are freaking Americans. Would y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we be for real? This is the thing. Even some of these politicians who have skin tones that look somewhat like mine, and I know people who don't have these skin tones don't always know who's who. They'll see a face that is black looking, and they're in politics, and maybe they're a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, and they're saying things, and so it may give an impression, and they use their proximity to us to push agendas and to get black voices behind certain agendas and to push things like, oh, see, this is what they're doing, or if someone else in Congress opposes them, see, they're anti-black. And it's like, nah, let's pay attention to this. Some of these people who are politicians who are black looking are not black American. Look at their last names. We got to start checking the lineage of these people because it matters. It matters. And we have to start checking things. And not just people who appear black looking. We got to watch some of these AIPAC people, you know, because a lot of them have dual citizenship with Israel. A lot of the people who are causing division and keeping up this tension and infighting in the U.S. are not Americans. They're not Americans. They're just not. A lot of these people are foreign agents who are placed within our country to sow division and to dismantle us from the inside. Like, that's literally what I'm seeing. Just watch these people. They will show you who they are. They will show you who they are. And I think personally, hey, Ashley Kane, personally, I just think that, again, I keep saying, and I'm going to continue to say, we have to learn to work together. Thank you, Maurice Martin. Right, Travis Fowler. They want to destroy us from within, from inside. We are Americans first. I agree with that. Prayers for safety. How you doing? She says, if you have dual citizenship, you should not be allowed in a government job. You shouldn't. But we've allowed this stuff. These are, to me, that's a talking point that we need to be bringing up to our politicians. These are things that we need to be making noise for as citizens. Like, hey, if y'all want to change something, we need you to change that. We don't need foreign agents working in our government. Like, what the hell? Thank you, Bill Wildman. Bill says you're right. They should do a background check, and if your background doesn't match, they should have you wear a star or something. Oh, you trying to be funny. I don't want to put a star on anybody, but I think that you should not be allowed to be a part of our government. Mm-mm. Because your value system is not in line with American core culture. So what you're bringing is the core culture from a whole other group of people. And how does that benefit us? What happens to real Americans when that starts to happen? Right, your granddaddy's nurse. I'm with you. Okay, Hovannes Lupus says, when you attack someone for being un-American, why would I attack you? That's the issue. You force them to fall back on another nationality. Sadly, that's the government's doing. No, I don't believe in attacking anybody, but I do believe that it matters that the core culture of a country is represented in their government, because we pay taxes. We're supposed to be represented. How are the American people who pay taxes, who support the system, being represented if you have politicians who are not even your peers? They're from somewhere else. Who the hell is representing the Americans? If you got an Ilhan Omar up there, who the hell is representing Americans? This judge that just blocked, that did her paperwork to try to block ICE from doing their job, picking up people who are illegal at Home Depot. How is she representing the American people? Because last I checked in November, the American people spoke, and we want illegal immigration clamped down on. So how are they representing? How is someone like her representing the wants of the American people? Because we showed you what we wanted. The wave was red and it was big. It was big and red. That's true, nerd boy. Ooh, unique. Yes, politicians need term limits. Mm-hmm. Ted says Trump's wife should be deported. If she broke the law or if she's illegal, then I agree. Bill Wildman says, real American. What even is that? Said someone who's not a real American. Chuck Norris says, okay, but let me ask this. Last question. I got to go for real, y'all. You express your love of America, but does this America love you? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. See, that's that divisive garbage that I keep telling y'all about. It's divisive. America has been rough. We do a whole lot of fighting, whole lot of cutting up, but we also have built something fabulous here. We've built something that's so wonderful that everybody wants it. And what's so crazy is that we get talking points like that because people want us to hate our country. They want us to say, oh, black people, you have a bad history here. You should hate America. Yeah, no. No. You listen, these people only want us to hate America so that they can come and take over. If we hate America, we won't safeguard it, we won't protect it, we won't represent it, and it'll be really easy for people who are not American to take over. Like, let's just pay attention. Even if you look on social media, like these people, they will tell you how much they hate America so bad, but every time you look, they're in America social media spaces. They hate America, but they're watching American television. They hate America, but all they listen to, their whole, Spotify playlist is American artists. These people don't hate America. They want us to hate America, so it'll be easier for them to take over and invade and dismantle. Look at this one too, the core. I just hadn't blocked them yet because it's actually funny to watch people spiral. We're not going to hate our country. We love America. God bless America. God bless America. Hey, Veronica Johnson. Thank you, Chris and Teresa Frank. I think the same way. Yep, like it is what it is. I love America. I love all of you Americans who are here. To look at them, look spiraling. The native nations of the true Americans. You sound very silly. There was no America then. It was just a landmass and some scattered tribes. America is like what 249 years old. Hmm. You sure about that? God bless America. And I'm going to tell y'all something else on my way out. And I might bring it up again because I want y'all's opinion, right? And look at this one. Look at this one. Another faker. God bless America and all the immigrants who made it. Yeah, you didn't. You didn't, and that's why you're angry because you didn't. But here's an idea. This is especially for the ladies. I want y'all to think it over so when I go live again, we can talk and see if that's something we might want to do. If it's something you might want to do. So, ladies, would it not be cute if we had like an American is apple pie initiative? I was talking this over with my daughter. Okay. And what I'm thinking is when we go or when there's like, it's called it's a saying, Bill Wildman's. You see these foreigners, y'all, I'm not being funny, but they are really losers. It's pathetic, actually. But, and again, I'm talking to ladies. His name is Bill, and yet he's talking. It's either you're a foreigner or a Democrat, because you think you're a lady. Right, Sue. I think that's a good idea, like to kind of do the an American as apple pie initiative. I think that'd be a great idea. That Cali girl, I'm about to give you a wrench, okay? What I think is what we could do, ladies, is kind of like, I don't know if you're gonna put cheese on it. And it doesn't have to be like apple pie. I think we should call it that, but it doesn't have to actually be apple pie. What I think is, I don't mean like for us to just pass out food because we have food kitchens. Most of us are Christians. We have churches. We have food pantries. We give out food to people who are less fortunate. What I'm thinking is like when we have, police officers that are trying to quell riots, and we have ICE agents who are out trying to do their jobs and they're being attacked, all that crazy stuff, right? What if we ladies, us American ladies, bake pies? I know it sounds crazy. Don't laugh. Well, y'all can laugh. I don't care. But I think we should bake pies. I think that'll be cute. Like whatever your favorite kind of pie is, I think we should bake pies in like whatever city we happen to be close to. Ooh, Siobhan says she make a bomb warm apple crisp. Ooh, that's a good one. Yep. Your granddaddy's nurse says, yep, pies and cold bottles of water. That's what I was thinking. So like girls, we could like all of us could, get cute, put on your cutest apron. Let's make pies. Yes, and crust from scratch, ladies, if you can. If you can't, go ahead and buy a pie crust. Don't mess up nothing. But like we can, make a whole thing of decorating our coolers, flags, glitter, all that stuff. Sue Kellogg say peach pie in Florida. Yep. And make our coolers really cute, very patriotic, lots of glitter, lots of bling, lots of red, white, and blue. And we can, cart around the cold water bottles and, pies. And we can pass out slices of pie to the law enforcement that are out there doing their job, being attacked, name called and stuff. I think that would be fun. I think it would be fun. And I think it would be a good show of unity as Americans. Color be danged. I don't care nothing about the color. If you're an American, I think, ladies, we need to pop out. So I want y'all to think about it. Look at this F Spark person. It's giving foreigner or angry leftist. Mm-hmm. Oh, Al Sharpton is dead? Okay. Oh, look at one of, oh, they're so upset. Maybe you feel this way because you don't have a connection to the country your ancestors came from. Why are y'all bringing up people that's been dead for 400 years? That's so weird. That's so weird. PBC said that's a nice idea. Okay. Your granddaddy's nurse says she likes the idea too. They're dealing with a bunch of wildness right now and protecting our country. Hey, beautifully mental. Well, Chuck Norris, if Shirley would stop saying ugly things, then maybe my moderators wouldn't be deleting her. Oh, Deborah says that's a great idea. Let's support law enforcement. I like it. Wife and mama too likes it. Look at Bill. Bill wants to be one of the girls so bad. Look at this. Hove Hana is not upset genuine. You're not genuine. You're weird. You're weird. Like, you do realize Black Americans have literally fought in every war this country's ever had, all the way back to Crispus Attucks. Wake up and smell the coffee, sweetie. We're Americans. And a lot of us are proud Americans too. That's why we're trying to figure out how we can organize a nice little pie initiative, okay? So ladies, listen, I need one of you who is willing to start a Facebook group for all of the ladies so we can kind of coordinate. If you're willing to do it, don't say you're willing if you're not willing. If you're willing to do it, say something in the chat. I'll give you a wrench, and then we can correspond or something so we can share stuff. So we can kind of get our group and figure it out. So by the next time I go live, we can kind of coordinate. Keith Carty says, my grandmother can bake and loves ice. I'll recommend she bake too. Thank you, Keith. That would be so cute. I love it. Yep, Rodney, I absolutely think we would, well, of course, we would want to coordinate with them, let them know we're going to be out so we can be protected too, because we're ladies. We're not going out in the street to fight like cats and dogs with crazy people. Right, Siobhan. Siobhan said, my ancestors been here since the 1800s. Yeah, and some of us before. Oh, this one says that our soul is dead because we want to bake pies. Okay. You're all right, beautifully mental. The ladies are talking about making pies. Oh, Chuck says he's saying it in a good way. The mods got quick fingers. They do. Mm-hmm. Prayers for Safety says, I like the idea, but I don't live anywhere near them doing the ice raids. But you know what? You should still join our ladies group so that way we can kind of coordinate together, and you may have good ideas that other people can use. Or you might have a good recipe. Look at this one, y'all. Little good old Don Pedro says, now go get a job. I'm somebody's wife. That's my job. I raise children and I'm a grandma and I'm somebody's wife. Some of us like being housewives. We're good at it. We like to cook and clean up after our messy husbands. Some of us like to do that. Chris and Teresa Frank says, amen to that. Black and brown Americans are just enough American as the rest of us, and I love them. Thank you. Mm-hmm. See, Patrick McLaughlin, that's what we're saying. I think the ladies, we can do our part as ladies because we don't want to be out there tussling. And it's hot. And who the hell wants to sweat? Be swatting flies and stuff. But we can bake. We can bake. And I think, ladies, we can get our bosoms over the burner for this one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Geralda says, exactly, but they think we aren't Americans. Right. Girl, these foreigners are weird. They think we're not American, or they think that somehow they can make us hate America, so we'll just move over and let them cosplay as us or something. That's nice, Ricky Houghton. Welcome. That's right, Johnny Robinson. FBA's all day. Mm-hmm. All right. Y'all, Chris and Teresa Frank said they just won a battle with cancer. That's so nice. Cancer stinks. Cancer stinks. Mm-mm. Well, Keith Cardi, if grandma wants to deliver pies and she's not strong enough to be going out there and stuff, you do. I know. I'm pretty sure if she drops them off like at the station or something, or finds an officer and just lets them know like, hey, I'm not able to, go around, but I brought some pies for you guys. I brought a cooler full of cold drinks for you guys. I think they would really like that. Mm-hmm. Right, Nakia P. They talking about dead souls because we want to bake pies. Hey, Mary Laporte. Thank you, beautifully mental. Right. That's true. Say what? People were here before the colonizers came. And all of them weren't pale, too. You know that, right? Patrick McLaughlin says that's the best job in the world when you can raise a child. It's your adulthood. They make them strong and loving. Thank you so much for all you mothers out here in the world right now. Oh, thank you. That's nice. Well, Keith, if your cousin who's gay can bake a pie, I don't know why he can't bake a pie. Is he not welcome to bake a pie? It seems a little strange. Seems a little odd. But I did specify this was for the ladies. I think it's okay to have women's spaces. Women are allowed to have spaces that don't include men, whether they're gay or straight or whatever. I think it's okay for ladies to have lady spaces. Don't you think so? Wild Man says modern women don't know how to be ladies. You are a diamond and your husband is lucky. Oh, thank you. Yes, Sue Kellogg. Ladies, let's do that. Let's all reach out to our local law enforcement. But I want somebody to work on a group. If I have to get my eldest daughter to do it, she'll help me. She's in her 20s. They're good with social media. And then what I'll do is I'll let you guys know the name of the group, the little Facebook group, or however we have to do it so we can all get together and coordinate as ladies, right? Mm-hmm. So listen, I'm about to go because I gotta go take notes on Real Housewives because I love watching Housewives. And y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Like I said, I will be back. I can promise you that. If this is y'all's first time, please, 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 please hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe so you can come back. Um, yeah, let's get you out of here because you think you're gonna like slick insult me and you're not. It's giving you're a loser. But anyway, so yeah, make sure. Thank you, Sue, for being a new subscriber. Make sure, Mo. Let me put a wrench on you too, so when you come back, you'll have a wrench. Hold on. Okay, so Mo, when you come back, you'll have a wrench too. Um, yeah. So subscribe, hit your notification bell, so you'll know when we go live again. I appreciate you guys. This was a whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun, and we will be back. Hey, Tanika Butts. Hey now, hey now, hey. So look, I'm gonna go, but I'll be back. I gotta watch Housewives, and I will let y'all know what we're doing in a little bit. Okay, bye.